Hello everybody, you're welcome to this special discussion commemorating a significant milestone in the life of His Lordship Michael Bibi as he celebrates 25 years in the priestly ministry. He was ordained on the 26th of April 2000 in the Archdiocese of Bamenda, and this celebration has been scheduled to take place on the 25th of July this year at the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral, and it's going to begin with a pontifical mass at 9 a.m. In the course of our discussion today, we shall be going through some of the experiences that ignited his passion of becoming a priest, and he's also going to share with us some of the joyful moments in his priestly ministry, as well as the challenging times and how or what he does to navigate these. Stay with us as we come back right after the break. Once again, you're welcome to the program. We are having an exclusive interview with His Lordship Michael Bibi as we look forward to celebrate his 25th anniversary of priestly ordination. Let us together welcome him on the program. My Lord, we're happy to have you on this program.
Thank you very much, Mirabel. It is a pleasure to have this opportunity to carry out this interview during this very important moment that we are preparing to thank God for the 25 years that I have served as a priest.
Thank God for that. And just to say that it is interesting to know that Pa Bibi was a staunch Presbyterian. I think I'm not making an error. And Mami Bibi is staunch Catholic. So to say that he just accepted, was there no tension? Because we used to hear of tension in the family when the son says, I want to be a priest.
Yeah, I think that my father was a very gentle and calm person. You would never hear my father shout. And when he shouted, it means that things were actually serious. My father knew I was going, as far as we're concerned, my stepmother and my brothers and sisters, they were all going to the Presbyterian Church. I was with my mother, all of us were going to the Catholic Church. My father respected that. On occasions in the Catholic Church, he was there. He was an elder in the Presbyterian Church, a very committed Presbyterian, but for 1 second, he never said, oh, I will not want you to do this because I'm a Presbyterian. And what was really interesting is the fact that when my parish priest, Father John Ambe, told me that I had to go to Bishop Michael Bibi, my elder brother, Dr. Michael Bibi, was just completing Sacred College. My junior sister, Gladys, was in PCC, Presbyterian Secondary School, PSS, Manko. Okay. Then I wanted to go to Bishop. I felt that my father is a primary school teacher, working in our rice farm in Dop. Where would this man get money
to sponsor
me if I want to go to the minor seminary? So after I finished with my parish priest, I was going to talk to my father. I got a response that actually did not shock me, but in a way it shocked me. Because we didn't have any lengthy discussion. When I went there, I told him that, Papa, now I've succeeded with my ordinary level. I have the desire in me to become a priest. And I've met my parish priest. And my parish priest has told me that I have to go to the minor seminary in Bishop for 2 years. Then after that, if I apply, then they will consider me. So I thought I should tell you to hear what you think. Interestingly enough, my father said, look, my son, any of you, whatever you want to do in life, you are free to do it. I can count on my support. I will support you as far as your intelligence can take you. And that was it. So if you want to go to Bishop Rogan, go ahead, do the interview, and if you succeed, I'll take care of whatever I have to take care of. And that is how it happened. And to also show, that concern that he had. I remember when I took my sultan in the year 1991 in the seminary. He came to the seminary when I took my sultan. And I know during holidays, I go to the village too. Then when they ordain the new priest, we go for their first masses. And I always tell my father, some of my friends have been made priests. I want to go here, I want to go here. He gives my transport. And I'll go to those different places. And he died in 1995 on the 6th of April, 30 years now. And when my father was dying, I was doing pastoral year in Garwa, in the minor seminary. I was teaching there. And in his will, I think that will, when I look at the will that was read to us, it was very clear to me that he knew that I was going to become a priest. Because in his will, he gave property, land to this person, gave land to this person. I was listening, land to this person, but he gave me nothing. Then he mentioned in the will that when any of you are building, make sure there's a room there. So that when Michael is passing, he can have a room to sleep. Then I asked myself, so if I don't become a priest now, where am I going to get my own landed property? And of course, as I'm just saying that he knew already, in my own judgment, he knew already that I was going to become a priest. And I think that's why he said, okay, when you build, leave him place for accommodation. At least a small room where he will come and sleep if he's coming to visit for 2 days or 1 week before he continues with his work as a priest. And I think that my family, they have done that. Because my brothers, my sisters in the different areas where they find themselves there, when I go there, there is always a room.
For you.
And some have not only put the room, they have put a chapel. So that when I come, I can say Mass with the family, we can pray together, which I also think that it is something that I appreciate.
That's very interesting, and we say thank you to Pa Bibi of a blessed memory for supporting your vision. Now, you have been in the priestly ministry for 25 years. How has it been for you? How has the journey actually been for you for 25 years?
Yes, Mirabe, I can say that for 25 years, the journey has been good. I want to sincerely thank God, because for this past 25 years, I feel that if I'm alive today, it's thanks to God. I have had good moments as a priest. I have done my best to serve the people of God that have been entrusted to me. I have made myself available, and I've been very involved as far as the pastoral and the developmental life of the different parishes and institutions where I serve, are concerned. And the priests, the religious, and the lay faithful where I have worked, I have also received lots and lots of cooperation. And as a priest, I also receive a lot of support and blessing from my bishops. The late Archbishop Paul Vezekov, of blessed memory, who ordained me in the year 2000, was very, very supportive in my ministry before he went on retirement. When he went on retirement, then Archbishop Cornelius Fontem Eswal took over as the Archbishop of Bamenda. And I worked with him. He supported me in my ministry through the different appointments that he gave me to carry out. The auxiliary bishop of Bamenda then, Bishop Agapitus Fon, I was chancellor when he was bishop. He would always give me advice. He would always direct me how I'm supposed to do my work, how I'm supposed to reach out to people. And I also learned from their prayer life, their commitment to pray, their commitment to serve God, their pastoral zeal, their developmental zeal, which I really, really appreciate. And I think that my fellow bishops, my brother priests, the religious and the lay faithful have been very supportive. At the same time, we've had challenges. Yes, we've had challenge. I've had challenges as far as the ministry is concerned, and I think my first biggest challenge I had as a priest was just 2 years after my priesthood, and that was in St. Matthias's Parish in Widikum. My first appointment was in Jude Parish in Fundong, and when I stayed in Fundong for 1 year, I was transferred to St. Matthias's Parish in Widikum. And as I was hitting 1 year in Widikum, armed robbers attacked us. They got us tied up, they molested me. I was there with my parish priest. They carried me away. After they had taken whatever they were taking from the house, they told me they were going to kill me. And by the grace of God, that's where they were driving me out, wherever direction they were going. At that time, I did not know. One of them fell from the car. And instinctively, the others were behind the hillocks with me. I told them that it seems as if somebody has fallen. I was not like very sure to, but I heard somebody fell. And when they opened the tarpaulin, they saw that their colleague who was standing outside had fallen. So they stopped the car. It was raining. They called for him, and he came and entered back and sat now with them inside the back of the car where I was lying on the floor. And they told him, if not your father, would not have known that you fell down. And from that moment, the language changed. He said they should allow me.
Wow.
But they said they're going to kill me. And finally, they allowed me somewhere. And my hands were still tied behind me. They cut the rope on my legs, and I came out of the hillocks. Unfortunately, I saw a light somewhere. I was shouting, and the Presbyterian family came out and saw me and helped me to loosen me up and all the rest. It was a very difficult experience for me, but I thank God for saving my life. And another thing that actually I went through, not only me, all of us, we know, of course, that the crisis in the northwest and the southwest region, has been very, very difficult for us. I was ordained a bishop in 2017, appointed on the 24th of January, ordained on the 25th of March, and that was the heart of the crisis. And my ministry as a bishop has been a ministry of living in crisis. The Anglophone crisis that we are still living to now is not yet finished, and that has also made the ministry challenging. Of course, when I came to the Diocese of Boya, it was within the context of the COVID-19 pandemic, which also made pastoral work at that time very, very difficult. And of course, as the Bishop of Boya too, we've had one challenge after the other. But one thing is important, that in all these things we give glory to God. We thank God because our life is from God. We are from Him and we are going back to Him. And every time I say, hey, God, take control of this situation. Thank you for making me go through this. And what I always tell myself is, Michael, you should have the church in heart. Do everything the way that the church wants you to do it. I may have faltered in some areas, but my intention and my will has always been to do what the church wants me to do, and also to have love and respect for each other, all those that have the opportunity to live and work with.
Thank you very much. The experience you shared with the thieves, it's really a frightening one, but we thank God that He saved your life. And today we can not only talk about 25 years of being a priest without talking about you as a bishop. You have served as bishop for 8 years, and we would like to know, did you ever dream of becoming a bishop? And how did you receive the news of your appointment as bishop?
Yes, thank you for that question. I went to the seminary because I wanted to become a priest. And by the grace of God, he gave me the opportunity to become a priest. And I was serving me as a priest with all my heart, to the best of my ability. I never dreamed for one day that I could become a bishop. And as a priest, every responsibility, every assignment that I was given by my bishop, I made sure I put in my best. And I worked as hard as I could, in order to serve the people. You see, most of my appointments have been curates in different parishes. I have been chaplains in some colleges. I have also worked as the director of the Mitre Institute, a catechetical institute for the training of catechists and the lay faithful. I took over that center in 2006, and from that 2006 to I was teaching in the seminary, catechetics, and the pastoral theology, and after that missiology. And all through my time as director of the Mitre Institute, I was also teaching in the seminary. And there was no day that I thought I would become a bishop. And I knew there were other people who were more gifted, who were more knowledgeable, who were holier than myself, that if there was that opportunity for the church to make somebody a bishop, it would have naturally been them. And I don't think, except I didn't hear, I don't think my name had ever come up anywhere that I'll be a candidate for the bishopric. But by the grace of God, I was appointed the auxiliary bishop of Bamenda. I was appointed the auxiliary bishop of Bamenda after Bishop Agapitus Fon had served as auxiliary bishop of Bamenda, and in 2016 he was appointed the bishop of the newly created diocese of Kumba. Now, of course, Bamenda they were searching for another auxiliary bishop. I didn't know all the details, but I was appointed on the 24th of January 2017 as auxiliary bishop of Bamenda, and my episcopal ordination on the 25th of March 2017. And as you rightly say, I have been a bishop now for over 8 years. After serving in Bamenda for 3 years as auxiliary bishop, I was sent to Boya as the apostolic administrator. I was appointed here on the 28th of December 2019 to take over from the emeritus Bishop Emmanuel Bushu as the apostolic administrator to administer the diocese on behalf of the Holy Father, which I did for over a year, actually for 1 year, 1 week, and eventually I was appointed on the 5th of January as the Bishop of Boya. I was appointed a bishop in 2017 when I served as a priest for about 16 years, 9 months, when I was made a bishop. And I think it is the grace of God. Whatever we are doing as bishops, as priests, is the grace of God. So I want to thank God for calling me unworthy as I am and giving me the responsibility to serve not only as a priest, but serving now as a bishop. And I think His grace has been with me. His grace has been accompanying me in the good times and the bad times. And all I can say is thank God for choosing me. And I pray that He continues to give me the graces that I need so that I may continue to remain faithful to Him.
Thank you very much. If you are just tuning in, we have been discussing with His Lordship Michael Bibi on his priestly journey as we celebrate the 25th anniversary of priesthood, which is coming up on the 25th of July this year. Stay with us. We shall be right back. Televiewers, you're welcome back to the program, and at this point in time we would like His Lordship to share with us some of the joyful moments he has experienced as a priest throughout the 25 years of serving in the vineyard of the Lord.
Yes, these 25 years of my service in the vineyard of the Lord, one of the things that has really been joyful to me is teaching. When I teach the people of God. And of course, you cannot teach when you have not also studied. So I've learned to read, I have learned to teach, and normally when I share my faith with the other people, and they too can understand the faith and grow in the faith, I think that has been one of my joyful areas. And as a priest too, I think I'm also very happy. I feel joyful when I am constant with my prayer life. We have the divine office, we have our rosary, we have to pray, we have the celebration of the sacrifice of the Mass. When I fulfill my spiritual obligations, I gain a lot of happiness, because when I don't do that, or for one reason or the other, I don't accomplish them, I feel something is lacking, and also that doesn't give me joy. But when I do it, I get a lot of joy. Then I'm somebody who likes to interact with people. I like to reach out to everybody. I don't want to make discriminations. Whether you are rich, whether you are poor, I want to be with you. Whether you belong to party A or party B, I want to be with you. Whether you're in your good moments or in your bad moments, I want to be with you. Whether you're male, whether you're female, I want to be with you. I'm somebody who likes to go out. I'm somebody who likes to interact with people. I'm somebody who thinks that the more I get close to people, I can also bring them joy. I become joyful myself. And I think that has been the characteristic, especially in my ministry as a priest and more as a bishop with the pastoral visits, that I go out. I like to be with the Christians. I want to dance with them. I want to play with them. I want to listen to their problems. If I can help, I give any assistance that I can give in order to also bring joy to them. And as I bring joy to them, that is how I also bring joy to myself. And I'm a hard worker. I like working. I would like doing things. And doing things not for myself, but for the church and for the common good. If I can satisfy people and make them to be happy naturally, that also makes me to be happy. And one of the things also that brings me joy is to try to develop where I am. That when you find yourself in a place, don't fold your hands and sit. Ask yourself, what can I do in order to make the situation that I have met to be better? And that is why, as a priest, now as a bishop, I am also involved in constructions. I work together with the priests, the religious, and the lay faithful. I relate with other benefactors in order to see how we can develop the diocese. We can make ourselves available to help those who are suffering. And I think that is key and very important to me. When I do that, I feel happy too. And of course, I like sports. If Arsenal is playing, I like to sit and watch them play. At the same time, there are some of the local community people, like in Bafia, like in Ikata, in Owe, and now I'm planning another tournament in Tola here. Just to bring young people together, give them the opportunity to play football, relax. Eventually, we include the ladies for handball and other sporting activities. Just let them have the opportunity to socialize. And it brings them happiness, and at the same time, too, it brings me happiness. I'm happy when others are happy. And I want to accompany everybody so that we all should be happy. Even if we have challenging moments, even if we have difficult moments, we should always learn to be happy. Because God has given us life. And the life that God has given us, we should make sure that we are happy people. And happiness is an inside job. We should not depend on others to give us happiness. We make sure that we do what we know is correct and do it well. We'll gain our happiness from there. And I think that is very important. Then I think another thing that gives me joy too is when I bring hope to the people. Yes, when I bring hope to the people. This year, the Holy Father of blessed memory for Francis has declared it as a year of hope. And the theme of this year is Pilgrims of Hope. You know, and the theme of our Divine Mercy Radio Television is talking about hope, sharing the light of hope. At the same time, the World Day of Communication team was also talking about hope. So I like to bring hope to people that in spite of the difficulties that we are living inside, there's always hope that God is with us. God never abandons His people. And when I struggle to do that, I feel happy that I am helping people not to commit the sins against hope, which is despair and presumption. And that gives me joy. That gives me happiness.
Bringing hope to the people and being hardworking. If hard work was to be given another name, we'll call it Bishop Michael Bibi. Now, talking about still looking at your priesthood, you are a priest and a bishop. How do you, and you're also an administrator, so how do you manage the bishop and the priestly function and administrative work? Is there any conflict?
There should be no conflict at all, because already by virtue of our baptism, the Catechism of the Catholic Church in paragraph 783 teaches us that when we are baptized, we share in the threefold functions of Christ, and that is being priest, prophet, and king. King is that leadership quality, and every Christian is a leader, is a king because of the baptism. And of course, when we are ordained like priests, and eventually we'll get the fullness of the priesthood, which is becoming a bishop, we have that responsibility to fulfill these threefold functions: priest, prophet, and king. Priest, celebration of the Mass; prophet, proclamation of the Word of God; and king, leadership. Which type of leadership? Servant leadership. We are called to serve. The bishop is there to serve. The priest is there to serve. And that is why we give ourselves to service. There should be no conflict between leadership and the priesthood and the bishopric, because all of them are, I can say, birds of the same feather, because a bishop is a leader, a priest is a leader, and we must lead following the manner of Christ. The greatest among you must be your servant. As a leader, you must be ready to wash the feet of those who serve us. You must be humble, and we must be ready to give our life and to die for the flock that has been entrusted to us after the manner of Christ. So we are following the leadership style of Christ, and that is why if a bishop and a priest, they do what they are supposed to do, they should have no problem as far as leadership is concerned.
Now, my Lord, let us talk about family. We know that during ordination, the parents will hand over, the priests will hand over their child to the church, and the church is going to take that child as a member of the priesthood. But now, they don't forget about the child completely. That does not mean that you have been completely cut off from the family. At this point in time, we would like to know how you blend family life and the obligations as a priest.
Yes, during the diaconate ordination, the family hands over the candidate to be ordained to the church, and which means that that particular candidate has been given to serve the church, and it is the responsibility of the church to make sure that they accompany that candidate so that that service is rendered and rendered properly. And of course, the family still remains a Christian family. The family still becomes part and parcel of you. Not in the sense of controlling you, not in the sense of making unnecessary demands on you and all the rest, but in the sense of accompanying you. And I think my own experience as a priest and eventually as a bishop, my family has been very supportive. Yes, as a priest, often, even as a seminarian, I remember my elder brother, Dr. Michael Bibi, was in Du Health District there in those days. When he was passing in the seminary, he must stop by. And when he stopped by, he must give me pocket allowance. You know, at that early age, I was still a seminarian. Most of the things I got from my diaconal donations were bought by him. Most of the things I had from my priesthood donation, they were all bought by him. And not only my elder brother Emmanuel, other members of my family who do assist me. They pray for me, they invite me to visit them, and when I have the opportunity, I also visit them, and they give me a lot of support. And it's not one way. They try to keep them in my prayers. When they have challenging moments too, they ask for spiritual guidance and counseling. I also give them that, and I also encourage them to remain faithful and committed in their faith, not to give up their faith. And I think spiritually I also do a lot to them as far as my life is concerned, as I also do for the different Christian families and communities that I know. And one thing about my family that I like is that they have never given me unnecessary demands, and at the same time they have never wanted to keep me to themselves. They are open. I can go anywhere. I can make friends with other families. I can relate with others, and even their own friends introduced to me, and I become part and parcel of the family. So I belong to everybody. I belong to everybody. We can never cut ourselves from the family completely. We still relate with the family, but we relate in such a positive way that it doesn't affect your ministry. And at the same time, in ways that you will not be able to take all the time you have to have in the ministry, and you're visiting your family and being with them all the time, then you forget your pastoral work. Once in a while, you see your family, and it should never disturb your pastoral commitment.
Okay, my Lord, thank you very much. 25 years on, we would like to know what your aspirations are after serving in the Lord's vineyard for 25 years.
Yes, after 25 years, all I want to say is I want to thank God. I want to thank God for my life. I want to thank God for all that He has helped me to accomplish within these 25 years as a priest, and amongst these 25 years, 8 plus as a bishop. I think that it has all been the grace of God. It is God who, working in me, has been able to do whatever little contributions that I've given as far as the different areas of my work is concerned. And Mirabe, on the 28th of February 2025, on my way to Yokaduman, I had a very ghastly motor accident. And what happened on the road, together with my other brothers who traveled with me, that we came out of that car without anybody bleeding. We came out of that car, I had some inner pain, surely muscle strains, the generosity of friends, to come assist and accompany me during that period when I was in the hospital, the generosity of my family to follow me up, to make sure that I have checkup, to be sure that there's no internal problem. The fact that God did not take me from this life means that I have to thank Him, and I have to rededicate myself to the service of God. That whatever he thinks that I have to do in order to continue serving the people of God, and particularly in Boya Diocese, where he has put me as the shepherd. I am going to walk day and night. I am going to pour down my life in order to see how I can help this diocese spiritually, pastorally, intellectually, morally, developmentally, so that when he will actually call me, I will also say, Papa, I did my own little bit to contribute to the growth of your people. So for the next 25 years, we are going to have a synod next year to ask ourselves this fundamental question: what type of diocese of Boya do we want after existing for 75 years? And asking this question means that we are going to evaluate the diocese, all the aspects of the diocese: health, education, different institutions. We are going to evaluate our spiritual lives, our pastoral activities, the provincial pastoral plan, everything, so that together as a family in the diocese, we can see where we have been succeeding, we can see where we have had challenges, and at the same time, we can have a proposal for a way forward on how to continue to make the diocese to grow. So the future is in the hands of God. The future will be discussed with the Presbyterian, the religious, and the Christians, so that together as a family we can plan on how to make the years ahead to be more productive. And as we plan to, we also realize that everything depends on God. It doesn't depend on us. Because if God is not giving us that life, we'll not be able to do what we are doing. So we must continue to believe in God, we must continue to trust in Him, we must entrust everything to Him, that God should be with us, give us the graces so that we'll continue to forge ahead.
Thank you so much, my Lord. In conclusion, we would like to find out if you have any words for those who have stood by you throughout your 25 years of committed service.
Yes, for 25 years that I've been a priest, for 80 years plus that I've been a bishop. There are lots of members of Christ Live Faithful. There are lots of religious men and women. There are lots of priests. There are lots of bishops, archbishops, cardinals, and of course the Supreme Pontiff that have been by me, that have supported me in this ministry. If not of them, I will not be able to have done what I have done for the past 25 years. And I want to sincerely render thanks. I want to sincerely render gratitude to anyone, even those who have goodwill and who have supported me without even knowing me, to thank everyone who has supported me in my ministry, and to pray that God, who sees everything, God who sees the heart of everybody, that God will bless and reward each and every one of them, and that they should not relent in their efforts in supporting me. Yes, the people support me in different ways. It's not only giving me money, they pray for me, they give me good ideas, they carry out different functions I give them in order to make sure that the diocese goes before. They are faithful and committed in the parishes and the institutions and services where I have put them there. This is all a blessing from God, because no one can do it alone. You can only do it with others.
Thank you so much, my Lord, for sharing your story with us. And we want to pray that God will continue to guide and protect you, and to give you the wisdom you deserve to serve in His vineyard. And we also pray for good health and protection. Thank you all for watching this program, and we look forward to seeing you on the 25th of July at the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral. Make a rendezvous, or take it as a rendezvous with us as we meet to thank God for the life of His Lordship Michael Bibi, for serving him for 25 years. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned on to other programs on DMR TV. Goodbye.